Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Josh Meyer of JoshMeyerVO.com. I'm a professional voice talent. I've done over 3,000 paid voiceovers. I got into that through writing music, and I just so happen to be an expert in Audacity. Man, it's been a few months. I've been busy helping so many of you all around the world with your podcasts, your audiobooks, your voiceovers, getting voiceover clients, you name it, helping authors have their audio meet the technical specifications to pass ACX. It's been amazing, and I will continue to work with you all. Thank you so much to the creative community for all your love and support, and stay tuned because I'm not going anywhere. I've got a ton of valuable information coming your way. So, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Today, we are going to talk about two of the biggest mistakes that I see in home studio setups. Now, I guess this isn't exactly a Audacity tutorial. This is a home studio tutorial. I have worked with so many of you all throughout the world, helping you all with your personal projects, your podcasts, your audiobooks, helping authors, just by making their audio meet the technical specifications to, pass ACX and stuff like that. Helping voice talent, professional and up and coming, and navigating the world of home studio. So the two biggest things that I see people having issues with time and time again is one is going to be treating your room for sound. Now, I'm going to say this, and I have full conviction in it. You could have a $70 microphone in a room treated for sound that will sound better than a $1,000 microphone in a room not treated for sound. Like, that's how important it is. So, how do we do this? Simply, we would just cover up hard surfaces with sound absorbent material. So, I'll give you an example here. We have semi-permanent options, and we have options that are not permanent at all. So I'll tell you a little bit about this setup right here. I have acoustic foam on the walls, and I put it there with industrial grade Velcro tape. So if I ever wanted to take it off, I could just undo the Velcro tape. Some people use a spray glue, up to you, however you want to hang it. But important thing to note here, this acoustic foam, we do not want that cruddy thin stuff, half inch, 1 inch thick. It needs to be at least 2 inches, preferably 2.5 inches thick. I like the egg crate shells, but as long as it's thick, it's going to do a pretty decent job. Important, we want to absorb sound initially. So how does sound work, right? These are vibrations traveling at the speed of sound, surprise, surprise, and they're going to bounce off of any hard surface. So if you have a wall right in front of you and you speak, that sound wave bounces off that wall at the speed of sound, then bounces off the wall behind you and back and forth. And that is what is known as reverb and echo, room echo. And it sounds terrible. So what do I have going on here? I've got 2.5 inch thick egg crate shell foam covering the wall. In this little area right here, I'm looking into a corner right here. And I've got it from ceiling to my desk. So not even all the way down to the floor. And it does an amazing job. So when I speak, it's soaking up and absorbing sound initially, just coming out. And then, whatever is not absorbed by that then has to bounce off and then go behind me and go through not one, not two, but 3 moving blankets hanging on a green screen backdrop stand. So I've kind of I've created my own little cubicle. I put this little sound blanket wall behind me, and boom, there it is. And plus, it's a pretty cool like backdrop, orange, whatever. Side fact, don't worry about that. But the idea is to create our own little environment for sound, okay? So also important, having something behind you, right? So we have something right in front of us that's going to absorb the initial sound waves. Then we have something right behind us that's going to like absorb basically the rest of it, you know? It's got to go through 3, and whatever's went through has to bounce off the wall, then come back through 3 blankets. By the time it does that, it's like nothing. So definitely a cool idea. Now, if you didn't want to go a permanent route, like hanging acoustic foam on your walls, then you could go the like double green screen backdrop stand route. So what you see behind me, this green screen backdrop stand, is this. You could get something like this. It breaks down into this little bag right here. Well, it comes in a little bag. It's easy. You set it up, break it down. Comes with little screws, and it comes with these clamps right here that you can hang the blankets off of. So the blankets are hanging. I've got that standing, you know, maybe 6.5 feet high. And the blankets are 3 or 4 inches off the ground. So we're looking to get it as high as possible and as close to the ground as possible, you know, the blankets permitting. You could use blankets that you have around your house. They just have to be heavy, okay? A good rule of thumb is the heavier the blanket, the more sound it will absorb. Now, a sheet, it's very light. It's not going to absorb anything. Down comforters will absorb a lot. Moving blankets, great option. If you just kind of want a guerrilla setup, you know, break up, break down, the green screen backdrop stand and multiple blankets hanging from that right behind your computer monitor. So as close behind the microphone as possible. So if you need to see your computer, then it's going to have to be behind that. So directly behind that to absorb sound, not 1, not 2, but 3 preferably, but at least 2. Then another right behind us. You do that, you're immediately improving your sound vastly. And, okay, another impermanent route. If you want to do something guerrilla, couch cushions. Set up some couch cushions like on your desk or whatever, and they will absorb a bunch of sound. You could also get grommeted blankets and put like plant hanging ceiling hooks in and hang it. Hang those on the hooks in front of you and behind you. You could also have a cubicle type situation to where you've got maybe, let's say you're in a square, okay? You've got, you know, this 1 wall, 2 wall, 3 walls covered in sound absorbent material, whether that be acoustic foam, blankets, your couch cushions, whatever. You've got those covered. And then maybe you have like a shower curtain behind you, slides open, slides closed. You could also try to find like a circular type situation, shower rod situation, where you have the grommeted blankets and, you know, you can create that little environment around you. So that is definitely a cool like idea of what you can do to improve your space for sound. Now, if you wanted to go the extra mile, I not only have these acoustic foam on my wall, the blankets behind me, but I also put ceiling hooks in and got another grommeted blanket so that if I wanted, I can pull that over top of me and have a sound cloud and just attach it to the clamps on top of this green screen stand. So definitely a cool idea. Now, let's talk about the floor. Hard floors, no dice. You know, like I said, sound will bounce off of any hard surface that it can, and the floors are no exception to the rule. So if you can, you know, even use like old blankets or towels or something, get that floor covered up. A rug, please. If you have an option to record in a room that has carpet, that is ideal for sure. If you do not, purposeful placement of rugs will absorb a lot of sound. So just keep those things in mind. The ceiling, yeah, put something on the ceiling if you want. Make yourself a little sound cloud. But the most important thing, the most number one important thing, get something to absorb that sound initially, coming right out. Get it as close to you as possible, but also still make your area functional. You know what I mean? Like, we have to make this work for us, not us work for the environment. So, second most important thing, get something right behind you. Not one, preferably at least two, maybe even three. Your sound will dramatically improve, guaranteed. The second biggest thing that I see in home studios that causes an issue is people's inability to EQ. That is the difference between commercial studios and home studios. Is they are treated for sound and they know how to EQ. I created a course on this stuff. It is amazing. I've gotten fantastic feedback from it. Just a few short hours. You're making your own EQs for life. You got to take the course. It's the difference between a Hollywood blockbuster and a low-budget film. Like that. It can make a $100 mic sound like a $1,000 mic. You want more tone? You want to bring the noise floor down? You want more low end. You want to stifle sibilants. Man, you can shape and mold sound in a very short time. I went to school for that stuff, and I just so happened to be very, very decent at conveying that information, and in a way that's not too crazy and complicated. Made it so easy. Anybody could do this. A fifth grader, easily. This will give you the ability to manipulate audio at will for life. So I highly, highly recommend you check that out. So that's all I have for you today. Stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere. I've got a ton of more information coming your way. Until next time, stay safe, stay positive. I got your back.